Namaste, friends. Welcome to our practice. In a comfortable seated position, bring your hands into Jhana Mudra. Palms up, first fingers and thumbs connecting. Root down in the sit bones and draw up through the spine, out the crown of the head. Placing your awareness on your breath, your body, and just the observance of your mind, detaching from vritti, or worried, racing thinking. Just breathe. Turn your right palm down. Bring your left middle finger to your left nostril and take 3 breaths here. Slow, full, steady breaths. And continue working side to side, closing the left nostril off, or the right nostril rather, and taking 3 deep breaths here. Breathing through one nostril at a time. Help slow the breath and clear the primary energy channels, Ida and Pingala Nadi. Come back to closing the other side. 3 breaths. And switching sides again. Perhaps your breaths are getting longer, deeper. Drop into the feeling of the breath. The movement of the energy through your body. Last round on each side, switching. 3 breaths. And final round, switching sides for the last time. Cultivating our prana, our life force energy through our practice, through breath. Both hands back down in Jhana Mudra, big deep breath, draw up taller. Hold in for a moment and release. Continue the breath again. That little bit of hold at the top and that slow, steady release. Opening the hands, bringing them to heart center. Finishing our centering, the beginning of our practice with prayers and intentions. Silently in your own heart. Beginning our warm-ups, bring the left leg up to the side, placing that foot on the earth, swing the left arm out over the knee, Jana Mudra. Slowly turn your head side to side. Chin tuck down just slightly. Feel the opening through the back of the neck. And with the movement, softening through the throat. Left hand to your left ankle, just gently rock. Left leg in and out. Dipping the left shoulder to the midline a bit. So into the shoulder and hip joint on this side. Second and heart chakra. Now stretch out that left leg. Hug the right leg in a little more. Take some cat-cow forward and back. Warming the spine. And then circle the extended leg. Going into the knee and hip joints, the ankle joint. Beautiful. Reach up tall. Hold the breath in again for a moment as you lengthen the sides. Chin down and up. Exhale the breath and side bend. Reach, turning the heart towards the sky, chin towards the top shoulder. Fill the body with breath. Coming out and then switching sides back to seated. I'm sorry, not switching sides yet. Bring that left leg in front of the right so you are cross-legged. And then bring your blocks in for a forward fold. So we're going to go deep into that left hip here. Sinking the sit bones in the ground. Keep your backside on the earth. Heavy in the knees and round forward a bit. Even if it's just a few centimeters. If your forehead can reach the 2 tall blocks or 1 tall block, fine. If not, that's okay. Breathe into the lower back body. Into the hip region. Melting through the heart. Letting go a little more with each breath. Going slow here, staying in the pose. Rounding up gently. Tuck the left foot in, bring the right leg to that bent position, grounded foot. Extend the right arm. Jana Mudra. And gently turning the head side to side again. Stretching the sides of the neck. Releasing the jaw. Such simple movements are vital for our body's happiness. And again, that little rocking action on this side. It's not a big range of motion. Extending the right leg now, keeping that left heel tucked into the seat and rotating the joints out this side. Reach up tall, grounding out through that extended leg. Hold a breath in. Lengthen. Up the side body, releasing the breath slowly into your side bend. Following the direction of the breath action, if it works for you, it takes time to cultivate those extended inhalations and exhalations. So do the best you can, just like with the movements. Beautiful. Now crossing that right leg in front of the left. Drop into your seat, stack your blocks, hinge forward, following with rounding into the seated forward fold. You most likely will feel the deeper hip stretch in the right hip this time because that's the leg we have folded in front. As your body allows, melt deeper. Never pushing, never pulling. Simply following the release, following the body's wisdom. Your time. Giving yourself this gift of the practice of just being. Clearing that tension in the body, the mind, and the heart that living life creates. Gently rise back out, blocks to the side. And come seated with the feet wide, knees bent, and rock a little side to side, a combination with both sides now. What we did on each side, do on both sides. Rock into the shoulder and hip joints. Good for the knees here. And then soles of the feet together. Big, juicy head rolls. So more into Vasuddha chakra, the throat chakra, kind of the colors I'm rocking here today. With the turquoise, matte, the blue, and the blocks in my shirt. And this contrast, purposefully putting myself in some darkness, in some shade, with the lake, the bright light of the lake reflecting behind me. Part of our theme this session. And finally, with these seated poses, folding into Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Remember, simply melt. Resist the urge to pull into any poses. And do that deep breath. Round up nice and slow. Taking your strap now, still seated in bound angle, coming back into the upper body. The elbows a little bent, especially as you go overhead and behind yourself. Use the strap to expand the chest, the shoulder space, and our upper back region. As these areas warm up, you can keep the arms a little straighter. You can shorten the strap. You can twist a little side to side. Just play. You can rock a little side to side. Deepening the side bend action from earlier. And releasing the strap. Bringing the knees together. Give yourself a hug in seated Apanasana, knee to chest pose. Dropping your head, chin to chest, expanding the space between the shoulder blades. Then stepping the feet to the side. Come through to our knees to sink back in child's pose. You can reach the arms forward if you like, keeping them active or resting the forearms down. Or you can wrap your arms around next to the side body. Breathe into the heart. Connecting, reconnecting to spirit, to soul. And if you like, extend the arms, walk your hands off left side of your mat, sinking into the right hip for some deeper side bending in child's pose. Lift your head and walk across to the other side. Same idea. Plant the hands, arms extended and strong. Forehead drops to or towards the mat. And you keep just squarely melting back into the hips, into the seat. And back to center. Bring the hands together in prayer. Elbows hug in towards your ears. And they walk a little more forward as you bring prayer hands behind your head. Deeper shoulder opening. Tuck the chin a bit. Top of the forehead is at the earth. You can always bring a block in there. The head doesn't easily rest to the ground. Releasing and rounding up. Sit back, bringing your blanket under your sit bones, top of your lower legs. If at all possible, come to hero's pose. So this is a kneeling position, and we'll bring our blocks in. If this doesn't work for you, that's okay. Try this from a seated position, cross-legged or bound angle. Just a very gentle back bend. As we complete our warm-up session. And maybe just that gentle yoga session for you. 20 minutes a day of yoga will change your life. And just play here. See how I'm using the blocks, playing with the positioning for some back bending. Now, we went back with the seat to the blanket. If you wanted to add a little more, and this will bring some stretch into the quadriceps and the hip flexors, front of the thighs, you can press up into a modified camel. And if that doesn't work for you, leave it out. Wrapping up here with just a few moments of meditation. Hands together in Dhyana Mudra. Resting the right hand in the left and breathe. Moving through to our working. Come out of hero's pose. Drawing that left leg forward, bringing our blocks with us. Melt into a low lunge. Lifting tall through the spine. Anchoring in the top of the right foot. Turn the right foot under. And extend that back leg to a tall lunge. Beautiful. Dropping back down, stretch back to a half split, and then drag the left foot back after a few flows forward and back. Got ahead of myself there. Switch sides. Reach that left leg back to finish up. And then bring it down to the earth and step the right foot through. Start with your low lunge, anchoring in the top of the back foot, grounding in the right foot. Open heart, shoulders draw back. Breathe. Turn the left toes under and simply straighten that leg. That will lift you into your high lunge. Hug the low belly in a bit, engage the pelvic floor, mula bandha. Give you stability in the pelvic region. Dropping the left knee back down, rocking forward and back in the right leg. Low lunge to half split. And like the other side, reach the right leg back all the way through. Extend it for a breath. Bend the knee. Ground both knees back down. Here, sink back in the hips, plant the hands. Engage the arms towards each other, drawing the hips up to downward dog. Or come back to child's pose. Downward dog's not your thing today. From down dog, if you're here, then straighten the legs a little. Maybe float forward in the shoulders. Maybe walk your dog out. Simply seeking to create space. From child's pose, come to table, step through to a low lunge, and meet us in forward fold, or from downward dog. Like I did here, you can scoot the feet forward. Start with bended knees, then play with lifting in the heart, lengthening the spine, and opening the back body with straighter legs. And then folding again, just slowly awakening deep into the hamstring attachments. With that ragdoll position, draw up the body. Slowly to mountain pose. Reach out and up. Hands into the sky. Pause and expand here in the breath, in the body. You are divine. Feel that truth. Hands to heart center. Simple little seat. Step the left leg back. Reach the arms down and out at your sides into a high lunge here with our hands up off the ground. Square the hips, feet hip width apart for stability. Then dropping the left heel in and down. For warrior one, reaching the arms up. As best you can with the back leg strong, feeling the outer edge of that foot, rotate the hips forward. And the right knee about over the right ankle. Lengthen up both sides of the body and then reach forward and down. Bring one block in. Spin towards the left edge of your mat with your toes and the upper body to fold here into a wide leg forward fold. Pause and breathe deeper. rising up to a half lift on the block. Turn your left toes towards the back of your mat. Right foot angles in a bit, and we're going to bend and straighten that left leg and start to play with flowing from extended side angle here to triangle. Extended side angle, triangle. With a big sweep. The left arm settle, or the top arm, I'm sorry, the right arm. Settle into side angle here. Dig in a little deeper, maybe widening the stance. The block is to the outside of the left lower leg. Grounding down through that hand on the block, extending out through the right hand, past your head, chin into the right shoulder. Feel that nice long line down the entire right side of the body. Soften the sit bones back. Straightening the left leg out. Lining up top and bottom hands for triangle. Breathe. Expand, express. Nice. Take your time to rotate out of triangle towards the back of your mat, planting in warrior stance and rising up to warrior one on the other side. Kind of a fun little transition here. Same sequence starting on the other side of the body now. Left leg is leading in warrior one. Deepen it with a few more breaths. And extend down, pick up that one block, turn towards the same long edge of your mat again. Deepen your wide leg forward fold. Maybe lunge a little side to side. Take the feet a little more open. Perhaps find your head to the lower side of the block. Another option here is to reach your hands back through underneath your legs. Chin is tucked slightly if your head is on, top of your head is on the block or on the ground even. Swoop slowly back up and out, walk the feet in a bit. Now start to prep for your side angle triangle on this side. Bring the block around the outside of your right leg. Tall fingertips or palm to the block start to straighten and bend. Right leg start to play with the arm movement matching. Side angle to triangle. Side angle to triangle. And reach, holding in Parsva Konasana, that extended side angle, and it's just that extend and open through the left side of the body now. Rooting in the back foot, grounding in the front foot. Now, stepping the block back, straightening the right leg, opening across the chest. Chin tucks down and towards the upper shoulder. Left hip rolls back, but the sit bones float back softly. Extend out of it into a high lunge here. Bringing both blocks in again to support the lunge. And stepping forward, fold, rise up. And exhale down, rise up. And exhale down. A few more times. Legs and hips hinging, lower legs and hips hinging. Come tall, side bend left, emptying the breath. Inhale tall, center. Exhale right as you empty. Fill up back to center. Exhaling to the heart and into a chair pose. Sink in the hips, keep a flat back. Twisting towards your left. Bring your, whoops, not quite yet. Reach forward, extend the arms. Then we're going to twist. Sink a little deeper in that seat. Maybe pulse a bit here. You can see me doing. Cross the outer right hand to the left knee and open to a twist. Other side. Just a breath on each side. Folding forward out of the twisting chair. Fingertips to the earth, or if you want to keep your blocks to help you come back, you can do that. And deepen your fold. Half lift. Deepen again. Half lift. And rise up. Preparing for our balance challenge today. Whew. Shake things out a little bit. Grab one block. Put it on the right side next to your right foot, a little in front of the toes. And come to a half lift. Left hand on the left hip. We're going to work with Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon, and this is a big balance pose. So start to bring the left leg up into warrior 3 position. Hips leveled off. Flex the left foot and then rotate the left hip open. Keeping the heel in line with the hip as best you can, so a 90-degree angle there. Keep the left hand on the left hip or start to reach that arm straight up. This is one of my more challenging poses in my practice. Nice. Take your time to come back out. You can see I had a little bit of fall there. Shake it out in a forward fold. Walk it out a bit. And rise up to mountain. Hands to the heart for a breath. Now you can stay right here on your mat. I'm going to move to the other end just so I'm facing you while we work with this pose. Steady into mountain pose, mindfully fold forward and set your block. Outside of your left foot and a little ahead of the toes is the best place, because then the block is right under the shoulder space. See that? Bend the knees a bit, extend to warrior 3. Right leg reaching back, hips squared off. Then rotate the right hip open. Try not to let the leg float back, which is happening for me here. I'm going to try to draw the right toes forward a bit. Aha! And you can see how that misalignment destabilized my balance pose there. No judgment, just learning, just opportunity. So I'm going to slowly come back into it. I'm going to take a little more time in warrior 3 with the hips leveled, then slowly rotate. Still doing it a little bit on the second try. Hips are a little more level. Lifting the heart and engage in the core here. There's a lot of core engagement. Nice. Tough on this side for me today. You can practice more if you like. You can always pause the video and spend a little more time at different points. Go ahead, release it, shake it out. Rise up when you're ready. And end with mountain pose here. Nice work. I'm starting to wind down. So wind your way down to the earth. In our prone position. From table, walk the hands out to puppy stretch. Now you can see I demonstrated that you can put your forehead on a block, or off the block, put your forehead to the ground. There's a pretty nice line here, wrist to shoulder to hip joints. Hip joints are over knee joints. That's puppy stretch. Coming out of it to full balasana, child's pose, wrapping the arms around the sides, resting more on the crown of the head, chin tucked. Keep sinking back into the sit bones towards the heels. Rounding up here, coming to the middle of your mat, kneeling. And you could always bring a blanket under your knees for more support here. And you could always sit on a blanket like we did in this kneeling pose earlier. Then, either coming up off your heels like I am here, or doing that same kneeling back bend we did earlier where we were sitting on the blanket. So working with Ustrasana, camel pose. Bring your hands to your low back. Hug the elbows towards each other. Roll the shoulders down and back. Start to lift the heart and lift your chin. Keep the back of the neck long. Without pushing the pelvis too far forward, you do that nice gentle back bend. Now you can go into and out of that like we just did, or you can try reaching back for your tall blocks. You want them right under your shoulders. You see, I'll keep adjusting here. You don't ever have to be static in your posture. Now I'm letting my head hang back a little too much here. I need to be lifting my chin more, so I'm not compressing the back of my neck. So work with that. Be soft. Even as your head goes back, chin goes up. Coming out very slowly. Then sitting on one or two blocks between your feet to release in Virasana, hero's pose. Nice tall spine. Again, making adjustments as you feel into the alignment. Feel into the alignment. From this position, we'll work with some upper body stuff with the strap again. So, hold the strap in your right hand overhead. Bring your left arm behind you. And as you bend both elbows, right elbow into the sky, left elbow down into the earth, bring the hands as close together behind you as you can, between the shoulder blades. Keeping your head pressed back. Don't let your head fall forward here. Open through the chest. This is a big shoulder stretch. Cow face pose. Really half cow face. We're just doing the upper body aspect of this posture. Releasing there after a few breaths, roll the shoulders out. Then set yourself up on the other side. Left arm, left elbow to the sky, right elbow towards the earth. Bind the strap together. See how you're just walking the hands towards each other on the strap. Nice. Keep your neutral spine as much as possible. I would, if I came across myself in class looking at this now, I would just gently tilt my upper body back even a little bit more. So shoulders are more in line over my hip joints. good tricep stretch here too, back of the upper arms. You're in heart center with this pose. Anahata. Love, love, love. Release. Roll the shoulders out again if you like. And come down onto your seat, legs extended in front. Walk yourself to the middle of the mat with your pelvis. And then roll back onto your back. Walk your legs out into the sky. Like so. Take a moment here maybe to reach the arms overhead. Get comfy, settling in for our deeper finishing poses. This is a great move to do in bed before you even wake up. And cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Press the right thigh open for a gentle pigeon stretch. You could deepen it if you like. Bring the left leg in, hugging it. Keeping the right foot flexed, isolating into the hip joint for the stretch here. Keeping the rest of the body nice and flat on the ground. Now, bring your strap in again. Lasso the left foot. And notice I'll put the strap across the widest part of my foot. Keep the right leg bent, that foot grounding down close to the sit bone. Play with gently pulling the left knee in towards the shoulder and then straightening the left leg up again. Good. So you don't have to get this leg completely straight. Work with your body's limits. Pull it in a little more for deeper hamstring release. Again, the knee can be more bent here. Keep grounding down through the tailbone. Now, I'm going to extend my right arm out to the side, hold the strap with just the left hand, and with control, with that tension on the strap, slowly float the left foot out to the side. If you like, you can extend the right leg straight as well. Keep the back on the earth, all parts of the back, upper and lower. Good. Turn your head to the right side. Oh, breathe into those wide open spaces. Breathe into the sensations. Holding the strap tight as you float the leg back up. Release on this side, crossing left ankle to the top of the right knee. So coming right to our pigeon on the other side now. Nice. Deepening your pigeon stretch if you like. Simply breathe. Enjoy the loveliness of the release, of this deep connection with yourself, your body, your breath, your heart. And start to release here. Left foot to the ground with that knee bent. Lasso the right ball joint of your right foot. And extend it to the sky. Then start by holding the strap on both sides, gently drawing the elbows down and out. So you're anchored in the lower back to the ground and gently pulling that knee in. More exquisite. extension in the hamstring here. Beautiful. And holding the strap with just the right hand, anchor in the left side of your body as you open the right leg out straight or with some bend in the knee. Play with the options. And then here, extending the left leg straight, sending the left arm out at shoulder height and turning the chin to the left shoulder. So that balances the pose as you've got that other leg extending out. You're rooting on the opposite side. I love this stuff so much. Give your practice as a cleansing. It's kind of like showering your body on the inside. Inhale that right leg back up. Release here, strap to the side. Both knees hug into the chest. Rock it out. And one hand on the corresponding knees. Play with some movement in the hip joint here. Circling the hips and the knees together and then kind of wildly. I'm going to take the arms out at shoulder height, feet to the earth. Scoot the hips to the right side as you drop the knees over to the left. Your reclined spinal twist. An important part of every practice, in my opinion. Make sure that right shoulder blade stays grounded. If it's okay for your neck and your lower back, turn the chin the opposite direction of your knees. And at this point in the practice, we start to soften the breath. You're still controlling that breath action, but it kind of starts to become deeper and clearer on its own because of the physical practice. Breath, that conscious full breath is easier. That becomes more of our natural way of breathing. So when you're ready, bring the knees back to center, scoot the hips left and drop the legs right. Settling into that deep, juicy twist on this side. I love practicing in nature, immersed in the four elements of earth, of water, of sun, of fire, of light, and of air. Lots of air element today. That delicious blue sky against those magical green trees. Also that lovely landscape inside of you. Take your time to rock up, grab your blanket. And as we start to move towards Savasana, we're going to do a little gentle heart opening. So you want to roll just part of your blanket into a small little tiny bolster. Small little bolster. Play with it a bit. You want that roll part to be under the tips of your shoulder blades. It's not quite in the middle of your back. Just propping up the heart space a little bit. So kind of at the bra line is a good frame of reference here. So it's creating a little supported back bend through the upper body. Love into the belly for a breath. Love into the heart. Extend the legs out along the mat, arms out to the sides. And melt here. Give yourself credit for showing up to practice. It's not easy to set this space for yourself, to say no to the world and yes to your body, to your heart, to your mind, to your peace, your happiness, your health. Only you can do that. Only you can choose you and choose love for you. Trust that in doing this, you are choosing love for those you love and for the rest of the world. Bringing yourself back to the vibration of oneness, of peace, of harmony. That is our natural way. Trust the practice, trust the process. Notice that dance of darkness and light in your mind. Choose only the loving thoughts, the loving beliefs as your truth. Spending some time with our sunflowers and the breeze here in our savasana. If you haven't already, dropping any and all work on the breath. Feel the breath move towards life, towards light, towards love. And feel the breath gently start to move your body by bringing the knees in, feet on the ground, and gently releasing that back bend, unrolling your blanket. Support the whole back body. And just resting for a few more moments here, integrating our practice. Shift your hips to one side and roll to one side, pausing in peace. Press up so slowly to seated. Settling in for our final moments together for this practice. Enjoy the delicious goodness of your yoga. Hands at heart center, gratitude to Mother Earth, Father Sky, Sun and Moon, all angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Namaste.